If you do go on to enjoy today's video, do me a favour and hit that like button and of course subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. And if you want to avoid the random lottery that is FIFA points, you can go straight to the source with u7buy.com, and of course you can use the code TVM at the checkout to get yourself a discount. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video. Today, the 86 rated first in form Allan player review. 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot, high medium work rate, or medium high work rates I should say, and then 5'9". Now, the base Allan, 85, is one of my favourite cards this game. Not necessarily in the last week or two, but literally since the beginning of the game, I still use, well, I don't now because I've got this, but I was still using it up until a couple of days ago. I've picked this up in, I can't remember what I picked him up in actually. It was I think it was some sort of reward pack, mega pack from the season objective, I want to say that. I'm hoping it was anyway, but either way, I've played a couple of games so far. I know all there is to know about the base Allan because I've used him so much, so I know how much different this is. Let's go into the in-game stats. I will apply a chem style in just a second. The chem style will depend on what position you want to play him. I tend to bring him on as a centre mid because I've got Kante. Not that Kante's in the team that I'm actually going to use to review Allan, but because I have Kante, who is my favourite player of this game, he is the one to sit CDM. So when Allan comes on as a sub, or if I build a team with both of them in, Allan tends to go as the centre mid in a 4-1-2-1-2. He's got relatively good attacking stats, but he's also got really good defensive ball control and dribbling and passing and all the rest of it. So he does fit the sort of CM role. Not necessarily the best box-to-box in the world, but you can improve that if you need to. Decent pace and acceleration for a CM or CDM. It could be better, sure it could, but it's not terrible, it really isn't. Good attack positioning, again, considering he's more of a defense-minded player. Good short passing, decent vision, could be better, we will improve it. And then you get into, well, you start to get into some of the best stats that there are, really. I mean, the dribbling stats across the board, he's only 85 really, but I think it would be a little bit higher were it not for the agility at 82. If the agility was like 85, 86, the dribbling would be 86, 87, right, overall. But great reactions, decent composure, nice ball control and dribbling stats, excellent defensive stats. I mean, the interceptions at 90, brilliant, but we will improve them again even more. Now we're going to boost most of those up by 10. The stamina means he can just run all day, and that's the beautiful thing about this card, is you never need to sub him off. Now in terms of the chem style, well, actually, before we get there, that's the team I'm going to use him in. So I will try and knock off a couple of the Real Madrid goals for the new Moy Gomez milestone. As you can see, Politano is in there. We've completed that. I've actually got Trossard on the bench as well, just to flex my objective skills. We've got the League SBC Tonali in there as well. I've used him a fair bit, 10 games or so. He's good. I like him. So I'm going to give him a good go at CDM. Allan will play as a centre mid in a 4-1-2-2. Right, let's have a look at positioning here. Not positioning, chem styles here. Do I have it? I do indeed. There you go. I'm going to give him a powerhouse. It's the chem style I've given to the base Allan, and I think that's in and around what I want for this card. So he actually turns into a 94 rated CDM or a 90 rated CM. You can get him up to a 92 rated CM if you want. I think the artist does that for him. But because he's going to be dipping between the two, depending on who's in the team and who's not in the team, I mean, more often than not, he will play as a CM. But I do like him to be very defense-minded. So him and Kante or him and Tonali can really run the show in the midfield. We've boosted the passing now up to 99. We've boosted the vision up to 92. Crossing goes up as well as the long passing to 91. And the curve is up as well. But the main focus of this, realistically, is the defensive stats. 97, 99, 99, 95. What a boost that is. That is almost perfect in terms of defensive stats. So, I mean, if you really wanted to, I wouldn't recommend it because he's only 5'9". But if you really wanted to, you could drop him into a centre-back position and have yourself a bit of a laugh, really. I mean, imagine him and Kante as centre-backs, because you don't need height this year at all, because no one ever crosses the ball. So, yeah, that would be interesting. But either way, that does turn him into a 94 rated CDM, or a very highly rated 90 rated. He's sort of on the borderline of a 91 CM. So that, in my opinion, is the best chem style. As I say, if you want to use him as a central midfield player, an artist takes him to a 92. You could boost the strength if you want by 10 by giving him an architect, which also boosts the passing. Does keep him as a 90 rated player, but still very worthwhile. The engine, again, 90 rated. There's just so much you could do, and it's basically all the same. Like, it all takes him to like a 90 rated. If you want to improve the finishing, by the way, you can do. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Marksman isn't a bad shout because you obviously get a nice boost in the dribbling and the strength as well as the shooting and the finishing. But my personal opinion is powerhouse for more defense-minded people, and then artist if you want to play him slightly further forward. But that's Allan. Those are the stats. Let's get into the gameplay. My opponent for this one has Politano, of course he does. He also has Tonali. I honestly, I think it's rigged. If you put a set number of players in your team, whether it be Politano, Tonali, or whatever, you will 9 times out of 10 come up against someone who has the same players as you. They could be as obscure as you want. You will. You'll find them. I don't know how it works, but it does. Little heel to heel from Eden Hazard. Gets in, and he hits the post. It's not too far away. And early doors suggest that we've got the better of my opponent here. So there's Allan into Politano. Little ball into Insigne. He can't quite get the shot off. There's Politano. And he's missed an absolute sitter. There's Luka Modric. There's Allan. Hazard. Insigne. I've sent Politano. He's in on goal. And this time he makes absolutely no mistake. And Politano puts us 1-0 up on the day. He's a really good player. He had a chance earlier on that he really should have scored. But no second mistakes for Politano. Here's Allan. Insigne. Hazard. Allan again. Well, that's a foul. I mean, he's just been bundled into from the back. The ball has spun away from his feet. I went to ball roll and it just spun away. So in my opinion, that's a foul. But hey, what do I know? Allan's going to get it back again. He's going to play it into the middle. Here's Insigne. Drag back. Allan, little layoff to him. Ball into Hazard. He's in on goal. He shoots, and it's in the back of the net. And that's justice, really, because he scored completely against the run of play. Allan involved, and we are now 2-1 up. Allan to Vardy. Here's Hazard. Well, I mean, he read that, even though... Oh, Allan gets in there. I was going to say, he read it, even though I don't have a clue how he managed to read it, because there's no way on... In anyone's mind do I do what I just did there, but there we go. We've still got possession with Modric. Can we drag that back to Allan? Just wasn't enough purchase on the ball. Here's Vardy. Ball inside to Allan. Gets it back. Back into Allan. In on goal. Tries to let the shot fly and he just can't because, well, I don't know why. He should have done. He should have got purchase on that ball, but he didn't. I don't know why it's happened, but it has. High side picks it back up, gives it to Allan. Ball into Vardy is poor. It's intercepted by Tonali. We're going to get a second bite at the cherry through Vardy. It was poor. It's not what I did. Comes back, a little around the corner. Vardy back across the keeper. Well. This game just takes another turn. A few things here or there are not really going my way right now, but we're sort of muddling through, and we're back in front. Tonali against Tonali, and you're never going to guess who won it. Answers on a postcard. Ball into Allan. Feeds it to Politano. Back to Allan it comes. I've got a bit of a cul-de-sac situation here. Here's Modric into Politano. Little drag back. That's brilliant football. Look at the space. Oh, it's a terrible pass. He's still got there, Modric. Oh, my God. The goalkeeper's bailed him out again. Can Tonali get there? Yes, he can. Here's Allan. Back to Tonali. Into the feet of Politano. Allan round the outside. Little dink over the top. It's a good ball, actually, but it's well defended. There goes Tonali in with a great challenge. Brings the ball forward. Ball through to Jamie Vardy. Ball roll around the keeper. Goal! I'm struggling to speak right now. My opponent's gone. It was a great bit of football, and we've won the game. So, as I said at the beginning, it kind of depends where you want Allan to play. You know, you're only realistically going to want to play him in one of two positions. So the first of which is CDM, and a powerhouse for that position, in my opinion, is great because you get nearly perfect defensive stats, and you also get nearly perfect passing stats as well. So he already has the reactions and moderate to good. Well, I wouldn't say moderate. I would say good. Dribbling, composure, ball control. The reactions are great. The balance is great. You don't often get good balance and agility with CDM. So, you know, like Fabinho, for instance, or even Kante, they don't have the stats that Allan has. So that's a good thing. The other thing is really that he's quick enough. So, I don't feel like you need to boost the pace. The strength is 79, so it's borderline okay. If you can improve that and and keep him in CDM, and you're happy enough with either the defensive stats or the passing stats or whatever, then that's obviously your prerogative. That's up to you. But for me, the strength is good enough. You know, just getting your body in the way in this game generally has the same impact as having high strength anyway. The other thing is, if you want to play him as a CM, as I mentioned earlier, the Artist chem style is probably a slightly better chem style to go for, because you get a more of a well-rounded sort of agility and composure and things like that. But I played him at CM, and I've been playing him at CM the entire time, and I like him there. I think he's better suited there, because he's got qualities that are fitting of that CM that can be wasted as a CDM. I use Tonali, who he's so good. He is absolutely fantastic. For an 84 rated card, yes, he's expensive if you go out and do the League SBC specifically for him, but he is a great card. Now, I have him in there doing the CDM role, and I didn't feel the need to switch Allan into that role and take Tonali off. And if I don't have Tonali in there, I have Kante in there. So unless you have one of those two players, maybe using Allan as a CDM is the way forward. But in all honesty, as a CM, he is brilliant. There is a better version of this card out there, the 87 Road to the Final. The problem with that, of course, is because it's dynamic, you will be paying a very high premium for him. So in my opinion, you want to avoid that unless you love Allan and you know you're going to keep him in your team for the end of time. Because I know that with Kante, for instance, the base Kante is good enough for me to stay in the team until the end of the game. And he will do. I won't remove him or replace him. And, you know, you may feel the same with Allan. This 86, though, honestly, I like it a lot. I think it's a great card. It was the same as what the Road to the Final was before this came out, of course, because I think the Road to the Final, didn't he go to an 80? Oh, no, maybe he was an 87. I thought the Road to the Final always stayed one ahead. Maybe I'm wrong in saying that, I don't know. Either way, what I will say is that this card, for less than 100,000 coins, by the way, is brilliant. And it's a card that you'll be able to keep in your team with a chem style until team of the season easy. So you've got a good couple of months of use out of this for less than 100,000 coins. If you've got him in a team of the week pack, keep him. If you're thinking about going to get him, don't hesitate. Go pick him up right now. And if you can do that League SBC Tonali as well, that is a card I would definitely recommend. If you have enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.